All right, Mr. Kong. Before we get into specific topics on leadership and management, I would like to learn more about you as a leader. What key experiences have shaped your career, and how have those experiences influenced your approach as CEO?
Hello, Muriel. Very nice to meet you. My name is Thomas Kong. I am CEO of Congero Technology Group. I am a self-learner, so I started a career and then I came out and started a business on my own. And many times I wished I have a good mentor to learn the ropes and figure out how to run the business. But at the end of the day, I just learned everything on my own. So it's the way that we grow Congero Technology right now. It's a journey of growing it organically. We learn along the way. We make a lot of mistakes, or I make a lot of mistakes, learn from it, and live and fight another day. So that would be the kind of a summary of the journey.
And how would you describe your leadership style?
I would say I am a hardworking person. I treat my employees the way that I would like to be treated, and I believe that the way I treat my people, it will help them treat the customer or bring the values to the customer. I am for as much transparency as possible, as much communication as possible, and after that, it's just work hard, play hard.
That's a great leadership style. And what values do you consider fundamental to leading your organization and keeping it aligned with your vision?
So we started out as a consulting business, and consulting business is very, very tough business. You basically, I give you an example, right? Usually it's like you jump into the ocean and you start swimming with the shark right away. There's no training, there's no break time for you, and the minute you are done with it, and thank you, you're doing a good job, and then go on to the next battle. In order to keep my team motivated, I always talk to them at many levels, team level, individual level, and try to keep them motivated. We also realize that consulting is a very tough, very demanding business. So from the strategic vision perspective, I would like to create a platform that we can start using the platform to drive the business instead of staying with consulting. So that vision is a very strategic one, is a key one that's been driving us for the last 5-6 years.
Fascinating. And speaking more about business management topics, how do you identify key opportunities in the market, and what factors do you consider essential to take advantage of them?
Oh, wow, good question. I would say these days, technology and innovation happen so fast. It's not about how to identify the opportunity, but how do you seize it and then create business value out of it. You look around, you can see the cloud adoption is being mainstream. You can see that crypto, you can see that many technology trends, right? They are all opportunities, but there's a big gap or big growth between seeing the opportunity and being able to do something with it and doing it well enough to become a business model. So we try to do what we can in the area of our expertise, which is like enterprise finance application, ERP application, billing and revenue management, customer relationship, and we would like to make some wave in that area. But in terms of opportunities, you open your phone, you see, you probably already see it.
And how important is innovation in your business strategy, and how do you encourage it within your organization?
It's extremely important, right? Because as a consulting company, if we don't innovate, if we don't do things in a much better, more efficient way, then we will be out of business very quickly, right? So that's a must-have. And if you want to go into consulting, I have a warning for you: be ready to learn on the job, and you always have to have the ability to learn new skill set very quickly. You stay behind and you sit in your comfort zone for like 6 months to a year, you probably will be obsolete by then. So it's a very, very demanding industry that we are in, fortunately or unfortunately.
Yeah, I understand completely. And how do you balance the long-term vision with the operational demands on your business?
That's probably the hardest things, because we are doing a consulting business, which is a tough one, and at the same time we're building our own platform. So the example that we try to give is that we are trying to build an airplane and try to fly it at the same time. We're still adding more pieces to it, so it's extremely challenging. I would say the way that I've been handling it right now is to make quick decision and adjust the business based on the changing circumstances. So if we have some drop in some area of business and revenue is impacting, then we have to make decision immediately to reduce the cost level, because if we keep going in that direction without cutting costs, then we'll end up in a very bad spot.
And now that you're mentioning challenges, what has been the most challenging thing you have faced as CEO, and how did you overcome that obstacle?
The most difficult challenge that I'm facing right now is exactly that what I'm describing right now, is to build a cloud platform at the same time as taking it to the market, and at the same time keeping the consulting business going. So basically we try to balance it out, and that was I would say an extreme challenge I have faced in the last few years of running the two track. Am I successful in managing it? I still think we will find out. We'll find out once the platform become a success. Then I would say we'll be there, but we're not there yet. So.
And how do you manage your team to stay motivated and in face of constant changes, you were telling me earlier, in the market and industry?
I encourage my team to always be on the learning road, the learning path. We provide 2 weeks of time for our team member, and then access to all the classes and the courses online so they can train. And then I repeat that on every month when we have the all hands meeting. I encourage them to stay at the edge of the technology so we can expand our business. And then I also share the vision that once we build our cloud platform and it's taking off, then everybody will be together, will be successful together. So that's why I hope that I can motivate the team.
And what role does communication play in your leadership, both within the company and towards its external stakeholders?
Yeah, like I mentioned, I would go for as much transparency as possible and as frequent communication as possible, both to my internal team and to my customer and partner. We obviously running a business, there has to be a win-win for everybody, but always be honest, doing the business with honest, with respect, and with the competitiveness that we think we can bring to the table.
That's an amazing response. And what advice as a CEO would you give to an emerging leader who aspires to lead an organization at your level?
Well, thinking hard. You may not want to commit to it because it's demand a lot, at the personal level. If you have to be ambitious, you have to be able to manage your workload, manage your time, and then you have to have a very supportive family behind you, right? Because this is very, very tough, very demanding job, and I wouldn't advise hey, if you want to have fun and work 8 hours and go to the beach, don't do it. Just enjoy your lifestyle. But if you want to drive something, create something, and make some difference, then expect to work hard, and you may or may not get there. So,
go hard, go home, right?
Yeah.
And if you could sum up your legacy as a CEO in one sentence or idea, what would it be?
Always try your best in the given circumstances, and then always try to give back to the next generation.
And to close this conversation, I would like to look to the future. So if you could share a personal vision about the impact you hope your leadership will have, not only on your organization, but on the industry as a whole, what would it be?
It would be something that we think that hey, we are a bunch of technical guys who see something, they're seeing something, seeing some improvement to be done, and we did it. So it's not like, going back to your initial question, there are many opportunities. You can be like a super genius and develop something totally new that nobody have seen before, but you can also seeing some area that people keep doing in a certain way and find a way to improve that. So the enhancement or the improvement of our life and our technology can happen on multiple directions. Sometimes it could be something really brand new, or something that you've been doing it, and then now there's a fairly new way, more efficient way to get it done. So especially in the business application, we see a lot of that in the second type of things that I mentioned. Like companies still doing it in a certain way, and they didn't realize that, now with all the technology advancement, there's a much better way to get it done. Things like, managing your customer, managing your people, make sure that they're happy. So we hope that we can add values and make a difference there.
Perfect. And finally, what message would you like to leave with those seeking to create meaningful change in the business world?
It's a tough challenge. Every single thing that happened in business world today, somebody probably would have thought about already. So it's not like you are like, this is something that I just think about. It's a unique. Nobody have thought about it. So it will come down to not just having a good idea, but having a good idea combining with a good plan and execute it to get it to where you want. And that requires a lot of things. You need to have a good plan, you have to have a good team, you have to have some money, you have to have some good investment, and then you have to execute the plan. So it's a tough challenge. And like I said, hey, if you don't want to spend too much time working, then think twice before going down that path.
And that would be it. That was a great
Perfect.
interview. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Muriel.